Uh, yeah, I think just sort of, uh, sort of what was going to help the team at the time. I think that's what they felt was the best thing to do, and um, yeah, that's pretty much it. There wasn't much to it. That's pretty much the end of it, kind of.
John was saying that you're practicing differently maybe this year. It's not to say you weren't practicing the right way before, but are you practicing with a different purpose this year? I guess.
Um, I don't know. I think you always try and evolve and try and get better and try and work on things. Obviously, the practice are different as a whole. So then everyone's going to be sort of in a different mindset. I feel like, but um, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think my mindset is always to try and get better, and you come in and training camp's a time where everyone's working hard and there's a lot of bodies and people are trying to get their timing back and trying to work on things and implement things you may have been working on in the summer to a more sort of serious game situation. And yeah, that's what I've been trying to do the last few days and continue to do that sort of throughout the camp and take it into the season.
Has Don, in your experience with Don, has he asked you to work differently in practice?
Um, Me personally, specifically,
Yeah.
not much really. No, I mean, like I realize he's got, well, now he's got like 50 guys to worry about, but he's got the whole team to worry about. So I think for me and for each individual in there, you come to practice and um, there's things we're trying to work on as a team, obviously, especially in camp, trying to get systems down and trying to get on the same page. And then there's things you can think about and sort of implement to your own game, and that's kind of up to the players. So um, yeah, that's kind of how I break that down, really.
How much at all did you change sort of what you do every summer? I know that you said you sort of evaluate what you do just based off of, I know last season was weird, how things went. What did you sort of gain from it? How did you change or at all?
Yeah, I think every summer you make some tweaks. Obviously, some summers there's more things you want to address, and um, other summers I think maybe the first few months you're trying to sort of get rid of some nagging injuries, stuff like that. So I mean, for me, fortunately, I was healthy the whole summer, and that allowed me to get some more work on some things that are more specific to sort of an individual, my individual game. And yeah, I mean, you make tweaks as you go. You get older and you get to know your body a little bit more. Um, you get to know your game a little bit more, and obviously the game's changing, so you gotta evolve with the game. So yeah, there's lots of opportunity for me there this summer to work on some of those tweaks.
The organization obviously weeks. What did you think when you saw Brandon departing?
Uh, that's that's the business, really. I mean, you end up where we ended up. It's not a surprise. Again, you work on um, yourself in the summer and come back to camp, and everyone that's here that's working on the team it's their job to put the team together. That's how the business works. So um, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Kind of. I mean, I know that's a cliche, but like, it's not surprising. It's not. It just is what it is. Kind of.
But the dynamics of the team have changed completely since you first arrived. Especially, I mean, the team's a lot younger now. So, I mean, how do you see yourself fitting into that? I know that you have a reputation of working well with young players. So, how has that sort of evolved? I mean, obviously, from a leadership standpoint, you're one of the more experienced guys in the room. So, how do you sort of, embrace that role?
Um, I, I think it just sort of naturally happens. I mean, um, it's exciting to see some of the young talent that's here, and obviously it's been talked about a lot that the young guys that come in now are so well prepared and so skilled and sort of all hungry and ready to make the jump. And um, as an older guy, I think sort of the more camps you've been to or the more teams you've been on, the more you've seen stuff like that. And um, you can obviously relate to young guys because you were in that position before, but at the same time, you can see year to year the progression of some of these guys that they're making, and that's good too. So I think again, you help them, and I don't want to say like if they ask for advice, you give advice, but like I'm also just trying to worry about myself at some points too, and get myself ready for the game because those guys are so well prepared now that they're naturally just going to come along and make strides and make us all better.
What is your expectation for this season with all the changes that have been made? You got different teammates, as you said, younger teammates. What is your expectation for this season?
I mean, it's tough really to put kind of a specific, or for me anyways, a number on that, or I think for me, and for most of us, it should be now just staying in the moment and trying to get ready for the season. Um, and then once that happens, you sort of deal with the next hurdle. That's how sort of most seasons go. And now, obviously, back to an 82-game season, there's a lot of games. So you have to prepare for that, and you have to know that there's going to be ups and downs, and all those things that come along with it. Those challenges that are gonna you're gonna have to overcome. So.
You think back on how last season went for you, and I know obviously Don Renato was coach for a little bit of last year, but this season, he's got full off season, and it's a different setup that he's got. You almost see this as a fresh start for you, just now that Don Renato's had like a full off season.
I mean, I think most guys see most seasons as a fresh start, individually and as a team. Obviously, everyone starts off 0-0, but yeah, I mean, like you touched on there. There's been some changes, and naturally, with those changes, things are going to be different, and that's just kind of the way it goes. That's hockey. That's life. Like things happen, people grow, and things evolve, and it sort of feels like sort of most training camps or every training camp is a fresh start, and it's kind of up to you to kind of take that opportunity and make the most of it.
Where are you in your career now? Do you feel you still can be a 30-goal scorer in this league? And if so, what do you need to do to get yourself back to that level if you feel you still can do that?
I still feel I'm an impact player. That's kind of how I feel, and whether that's how that's impacting the game is obviously going to change on a night-to-night basis. But that's what I expect of myself. I think that's what's expected of me here, and that's what I'm going to try and do.
So much about a player with your skill set. It's all about feel and having the puck, being able to make plays. With Dawn, obviously your role was increased. It was almost back to what it was previously. How much does that help to just get maybe some time on the power play, to just get more minutes, and be in those situations to where you can sort of get back to your game, sort of feel like the way that you're so accustomed to?
Yeah, it helps. I think it gives you confidence when the coach kind of trusts in you and believes in you, and then obviously at the same time you got to earn that. You got to work for it. You got to make sure that you're proving him right, kind of. And but I think every player wants to be counted on. Every player wants to help the team as much as he can, and I'm no different in that way. And I think that I can impact the game that way, and hopefully I can continue to do that this year.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.